Hello and welcome to another Karen School of Healing meditation. My name is Elizabeth, and this is an experience in elevating our identity out of the traffic of the mind and is a thought experiment proposed by Avicenna, the brilliant Muslim philosopher, arguably the most influential philosopher of the medieval period, and one of the most innovative and provocative philosophers of that time. He clearly influenced the greatest thinkers in all three Abrahamic camps in profound ways, including Thomas Aquinas. Now, in this thought experiment, Avicenna asks us to imagine a human being incarnate into thin air and suspended there in poise, with absolutely no sensory experience whatsoever. So he has no way of hearing or seeing, cannot taste or have experiences of anything at all. Certainly, God could create a fully functioning and developed cognizer who cannot have experiences of sensory input. Today, it's not a stretch at all to imagine such a situation, and I just love that Avicenna came up with this thought experiment with no idea at all that 1,000 years later we would be enjoying the sensory deprivation of floating tanks to experience this very intimate communion with the soul. But without a floating tank, we have this experiment. Avicenna suggests that what this floating man with no experiences would know is that he himself exists. The person would be aware of themselves, quite apart from needing experiences of other things which stand in some relation to him. This was groundbreaking stuff, and even to this day it is rare for a human to experience the truth of themselves without the persona that has been stitched together from the thousands of standpoints one takes in relation to external influence. With this thought experiment, we seek to experience beyond conceptually that Aristotle's empirical axiom, "there is nothing in the mind which was not first in the senses," is mistaken. There is at least one thing in the mind which is not contingent upon experience, and that is self-awareness. The purpose of such experiments really is to practice the elevation of our awareness so that we can more easily detach our identity from the thoughts we think and the resulting emotions that rage through our bodies. In this space, we become sovereign over the mind, over the energy field, and we can carry this mastery into our relationships, our experiences, and our consciousness in the world, but not of it. Now, for this experiment, I recommend that you reach for an essential oil that will not linger in the air, one that is perhaps high in sesquiterpenes, such as a cedar wood or even a frankincense would do fine for this. The purpose is to release the mental rigidity around the frameworks that we use to identify ourselves so that we can more easily settle into this experiment and enjoy the benefits of suspended identity. And when you have your essential oil that you've chosen, drop a couple of drops, maybe just one, into the palms of your hand and inhale deeply. Within seconds, the essential oil will be traveling into the brain, reducing the stress signals, aligning the mental energies, and calming the thoughts. Now, take a number of deep breaths, noticing the inspire and the expire, and the gloriously automatic nature of breathing. If possible, lie down on your bed or sofa and notice the pressure and the texture of the fabric against your body. Notice the weight of the body. Notice any aches, any twinges, any pains. Notice inflammation. Just notice what's going on within the molecular body, your most intimate manifestation. Be aware of it. Toes, feet, ankles, legs, knees, thighs, the hips, the buttocks, the lower back, the abdomen, the inner organs, deep, the spine, the nerves, the middle back and the upper back, the chest, the torso, the collarbones, the shoulders, the arms, elbows, and hands, the throat, the neck, the base of the skull, the scalp, the eyebrows, release the tension there, the eyelids and the folds between the nose and the upper lip, release the tension there. And inside the mouth, notice the teeth, the tongue, the gullet. And as you've been noticing the physicality and the density of the body, perhaps you're also now becoming more aware of the tingling, the very, very subtle sparkle of the energy body, the flow of the chi along the meridians, the tingling prana, Holy Spirit, the essence of the soul within and without the body. Perhaps now you're more aware of that. Now begin to notice with every exhale that you are lightening a little, and then a little more, until you are floating. No part of the body is touching any surface. Have you diminished in worth? Now notice that the feet are dissolving. They're not really there, just atoms dancing together in the cosmic fabric, no more manifest than a whisper of a dream. Your legs are dissolving, inch by inch, simply disappearing from form to vapor to essence to space, becoming not there. You are even lighter now. Is your worth smaller? Now your arms dissolve like mist at dawn, slowly but steadily becoming transparent until there are no arms. No arms and no legs. Floating. Are you lesser now than you were? Now the torso is dissolving. Gut, spine, lungs, and heart all vanishing. The function of the vital organs isn't necessary because there is no body to support. You are lighter than air. You are the fabric of the cosmos. Are you diminished from when you were in that heavy molecular body? Or are you greater, no longer confined to the density of matter, but joining the primordial dimension of unformed essence and space? Potential. Stay here, suspended, poised, knowing the essence of yourself. Neither called down to the depths of the earth to return the body to its original form, nor called up into the spirit, into the heavens on a spiritual journey. No, just there. as worthy and as loved and as meaningful and as real, not of the thoughts, but sovereign over them, the one who observes, the one who knows. Now gently descend back into the body, wriggle your fingers and toes, ground yourself with some deep breaths, and know that the transdimensional nature of your being remains intact and sovereign, whether you are actively controlling your thoughts or not. With practice, ascending above and back into your mind streams, you become skilled at living from the transdimensional space instead of from the third dimensional space. This is where we begin to really live the enlightened life of peace, of benevolence, of acute intelligence and wisdom, and of a depth of bliss and joy that is immeasurable. I hope you enjoyed this experience. For more lessons, teachings, and meditations for practicing sovereignty with the help of metacognition, energy work, and essential oils, visit KerinSchoolofHealing.com. This is Elizabeth.